Here we go. We're live. Hey, good Friday, everyone. This is Harry from Spurs TV, back with TJ and Mr. Scarfy again. So, TJ, first of all, how you doing, mate?
I'm good, my bro. How you been? How's everybody been? I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Really, honestly, my brain is not working. No, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm alive. How's everybody been?
Yeah, good. Harry, apart from my emergency appearance on Monday night, how you been?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say it wasn't an emergency appearance again. Thank you very much for that. I'm very good, thank you. Off the back of going to Tottenham's open training session yesterday, yeah, really good. Learned a lot from it, and looking forward to getting in the show. Look forward to it every Friday. It feels like it takes a while to get there, but just guys, Friday, week off, half term, no place.
You must
where I'd rather be.
Yeah. You must be enjoying yourself in the half term. Okay, so let's first touch on last week's game. I'm going to say what I think first of all, but TJ, your thoughts on Brighton?
I thought you were going to say what you thought first of all.
Will we say it first? I don't know. Will we say it first? Okay.
I can go first, innit? Man, we were lackluster, man. Let's be honest with you. Defend for our life. But let me be honest with you. Man, we didn't deserve to win. Let's be totally honest here. I don't know what it is. Like, we're getting over the line though. That's the benefit. But it was just another Tottenham poor performance for me, in my opinion. A lot of people might disagree with me, but I believe we could just be way better. And we seem to be struggling, but again, it's Ange's first season. That's what a lot of people are saying. So, and I agree, we still have to give him time, and we still have to get the players in for him, and we just have to just wait and build this process.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
For me, it was a poor performance overall, and I can't say it was good football because we wasn't good on the day. What about you, Harry? What did you think about the performance?
Yeah, I thought firstly, I thought the Brighton were very, very good. And I look at Brighton, and I know you can go a lot of like if, muts, and maybes in football, but I look at it and go, if they had João Pedro, how many goals we would have scored? And I think we're talking 2, 3, maybe more. The amount of chances at 1-1 that Brighton created but didn't quite take. And, you know, you realise it obviously to an extent at the time, but when you watch it back on Match of the Day, and I look at it and going, that's probably 3 open goals that they've somehow missed. Really good moves, but not the finish. Wrong player, wrong place. Well, that was really good. Gave the back four problems, mainly the first half, but throughout the game. So I thought we rode our luck. I'm happy that we won, but performance-wise, a little bit concerning considering we had a full team back.
Before Has goes on, can I just ask you a question, Harry?
You absolutely can.
And I just want to know your honest opinion. Do you feel we are struggling, or do you think we're on the right track? Because my notion, I'm just going to say what I believe. I believe we're struggling. I feel like we're still like getting our players fit. We're still trying to understand Ange's football, and the whole team is just learning as fast as they can learn. But the question I originally asked, do you feel like we're struggling? And does Ange have to do anything?
Good question. Yeah, that's a really good question. It's kind of hard to answer because if I base it off that Brighton performance, then yes, with a fully fit team, that isn't good enough. But I think context is important. Someone like Benton Cause has come back from 2 serious injuries. That's the first game where we've got all our players back. You can't expect Maddison to come in after his longest injury of his career and hit the nail running with 3 goals, 3 assists in his first 3 games. That just isn't going to happen. De Bruyne took him a couple of games to go up to speed. Yeah, okay, got an assist against Everton, but missed an open goal, and he changed the game for them. But it still took 2 or 3 games for him to come back.
Hold on. The first time he came on as a sub, didn't he get an assist and score a goal? when he came back from his injury.
No, I don't think so. Well, if you look at his performances when he's come back, his first good performance was off the bench against Everton. Apart from that, he looked rusty.
Oh, no, he
played
came on.
Before that, but he weren't great.
Got a goal and assist. I'm just saying. When his first game back, he came against Newcastle, got goal and assist, or am I wrong?
Oh, I think it was against Newcastle. Yeah, I remember him coming up to James Park. Yeah, against Newcastle.
I think Newcastle is an isolated incident. I think Newcastle is an isolated incident. We can't. Obviously, we have to face what is in front of us. And Newcastle, yeah, it was a lovely performance on all.
No. I'm talking about De Bruyne against Newcastle, not us.
De Bruyne?
That's fine. Yeah, because he was talking about De Bruyne coming back from injury, and I just said, De Bruyne when he came on.
Let's get back on track to my point, right?
Yeah,
let's really come back and bounce off. We're talking De Bruyne, one of the best players. No, Harry Kane wasn't the same player. He come back after injury. Bentancur still taking his time, and Van der Ven as well. I think he's been okay, but against Brighton, you could say he was a little bit wooden. And ultimately gave the penalty away. So he's going to take him time as well. Very rarely do you get players that instantly come back. And your De Bruyne's, your Haaland's. For me, it still took Haaland a while, but still, he's up and firing now. So a bit of context is important. Then a Doggy and Porro out for this game, so it's really hard to judge. The end of the day, TJ, your question could be answered at the end of the season for me, whether we get top 4 or not. Andrew's first season, the expectation at the start of the season was not to get top 4, but if we can, then for me, that's a massive achievement. And you get someone like Conte come out and say that, don't over-celebrate top 4. But I remember listening to his interview. But listen, I listened to his interview. I listened to his interview after, I want to say after the game we beat Arsenal 3-0. I think it was one of those games at Anfield, something like that. But he came out and said, if I get top 4, that's equivalent of Manchester City winning the league. Yeah, he says that. But he's kind of married to what he says, though, Harry. Because as far as I'm concerned, top 4 would be an amazing achievement this season. You only need half a brain. Harry, I don't think you understand the concept. I know what you're saying, but you need half a brain cell to go and focus on this season. I don't care about the past.
You want to mention Conte, not me.
Yeah, I know, but you like Conte, so I thought, why we're bringing it up.
We always go down this rabbit hole at the start of the show. We always do it.
You mentioned Conte.
I mentioned Conte, but I don't really want to focus on. I'm saying he's wrong talking about this current team.
But he's right, because you just said we should make top 4.
Right, man.
This season, if we get top 4, that is a special achievement. Done.
Yeah, that's literally what he said.
Right, man.
No, he said don't over-celebrate. He said it's not a big thing.
No, but you're actually saying that we should celebrate it.
You're actually saying
we should celebrate it.
Isn't that what you just said? I think we should celebrate it. He said don't over-celebrate. He said he didn't celebrate. He told his coaching staff, be wary, do not celebrate top 4. I'm used to winning. That was the words of Antonio Conte.
Yeah, but you're just saying to celebrate it, though.
Huh?
You just told us to celebrate it.
Yeah, I would celebrate it. I'm disagreeing with Conte. He wouldn't celebrate it.
Oh my God, I have to explain this. He's trying to say that. He's trying to say that.
I don't know where you're coming from.
He's trying to say that he wants more than top 4, but if we carry on celebrating like he says, like you just said we should do, then we'll just be stuck in the same cycle.
Let's be very clear. Top 4 will be an excellent achievement for us this season.
You know, the same underwear. You know them ones where you take off your underwear every single day.
No, but TJ, without Harry Kane. No, I know, but you take out Harry Kane, and to get top 4 for me is a fantastic achievement.
But then at the same time, Harry, we didn't have Van der Ven, we didn't have Udogie, we didn't have all these other players we have this year that we didn't.
We have Harry Kane. That makes up for a large amount of that.
No, but I'm saying, I just saying these other players that Ange has that Conte didn't have.
No. We got the right manager. We're playing good football, and we are on track for trophies this season. Top 4 will be a fantastic season. This is as good as, if not better, Poch's first season. You look at any match. You look at Jurgen Klopp's first season at Liverpool.
But that's not what we're trying to say.
No, but that's what I'm going to say because it links into my point. They could have easily sacked him. We could have easily sacked Pochettino.
But Conte finished top 4 in his first season, though.
I'm not talking about Conte now. I've moved on from Conte. I'm talking about this current manager who's succeeded at Tottenham. We're going to get top 4, and I'll be celebrating.
But Harry, surely you need to treat them as like the same, don't you?
One manager's called Antonio Conte, and one manager's called
the same.
One manager, one manager's managing the Premier League before. One manager hasn't. One manager's seen as an elite manager. One manager is not seen as an elite manager at the moment. I honestly think if you go off elite managers, then it's a completely wrong way to go about it, because someone like Ange Postecoglou is the right fit for the football club, the right mentality,
telling me
the
if
right style of
say
play.
Ange doesn't okay, let's take theoretically. If Ange doesn't finish top 4 this season, then we finish 6th.
You're doing it again. What if? It's not going to happen. What if?
No, because you call Conte elite, yeah.
No, I didn't call Conte
I wish I
elite.
had
I said if we're
optimism, man.
I said if we're going
It's
down the bracket of elite
optimism.
managers, for
I
me,
wish I had
Conte
it, man. I wish I could
is not an
see
elite
football like
manager.
him. I wish I
I'm
could
trying
see
to
it from his perspective.
I'm trying
Just
to say
for one
your
day.
logic. I'm trying to say because for me, I treat managers the same. Like if you tell me Conte makes top 4, it's an achievement. Then Ange has to make top 4 to be an achievement. Like it's the same.
Can I just make something
Agreed.
really clear? And I apologise for not making it already. Conte getting us top 4 was an incredible achievement, and that's why I celebrated at the time. Us getting top 4 this season is also an incredible achievement for me, even more without Harry Kane. But Conte, you could argue even more, because when we came in, we were really in trouble. They're both fantastic achievements, and you've got to be a melon not to celebrate it. But I say for me, elite managers are your Thomas Franks, your Ange Postecoglou's, who bring in the right mentality, work with what they've got, and ultimately produce miracles out of certain players. No. You look at Thomas Frank. Look what he's done at Brentford. For me, that's
you just called Ange elite. What did you say? Ange was elite?
Elite, absolutely elite. And what Julian Nagelsmann done with Leipzig, what Sean Dyche, you'll like this one.
I didn't say Sean Dyche was elite. Why are you bringing Sean Dyche?
I'm calling him elite because he ultimately changed the way that Burnley play come in, and he's got them promoted several divisions. Eddie Howe with Bournemouth is the same. We can't say an elite manager who comes in is given $500 million, $1 billion, and wins trophies is elite. For me, you work with what you've got. Ange Postecoglou is elite. You've won the treble at Celtic, come in, done a fantastic job, and he will win trophies. And you can shake your head all you like, but I think that's quite sad.
Can I get my thoughts on Brighton now? I don't know how we went the Conte rabbit hole, but anyway.
You started it.
No, you mentioned Conte. I didn't. I just asked you a question.
I answered it.
Yeah,
man, I'm just done, man. I don't listen, man. I don't have energy to come back and forth. This is my response. That's we're
going to do this every single show because we just can't get around that ownership of managers. Our opinions are so different. And
but I'm just saying.
Man,
1 minute you said Ange is an elite, then you said he was elite. So this one confused.
I don't often. I never said Ange wasn't elite.
No. You said your argument was that Conte, because he's an elite manager, he's expected to get top 4. Because Ange is only managing.
No. I was saying people call him an elite manager, but for me, he isn't. He isn't. He's won trophies.
I'm just going to move on because I'm more confused than I was before I started this streak. Okay, so my thoughts on Brighton. I think the first half they played for our press, apart from twice I counted. Yeah, so obviously our press wasn't working.
What are you counting for?
Am I counting about how many times they played for our press?
Yeah.
Why can I not count? Am I not allowed to count?
Wait, quick question. When you say you played for our press, can you just explain more?
Okay, so our players, I felt, were quite erratic or rushed and kind of all over the place, really. They were kind of pressed, like not very organized. It was a very messy press, if I'm being honest, and they were just playing through us like all the time. Yeah. I think in the second half we were a bit better, but
do you think that's on Ange, on the way he set it up, or do you think it's on the players?
It's a bit of both, if I'm being honest. I think I kind of agree with Harry in some aspects when he said that some of these players will come back, so they're kind of out of rhythm of playing. So I kind of agree with that. But also I think Ange, in terms of just I'm going to be brutal here. This play style we play at is so intense that I think our players look exhausted as well. And combined with a lot.
Harry has. Yeah. It's funny that you said that.
Yeah.
I want you to copyright my speech and just replay my video sometimes. What did I say the start of the season when we got Ange? I said the reason why we're getting all these injuries is because of the high intensity.
It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable.
I would agree. Yeah, I agree.
It's not sustainable. And when you're playing with such a high line and honestly, it's not sustainable. From all fronts. But carry on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's fine. No, don't worry, mate.
Yeah.
You're probably just. But what I'm saying is that you're going to need like 30. What me and Eugene were talking about this earlier. To play that intensity for 90 minutes, you need like 30 to 40 players that can walk into the team. Yeah. and still play that way. What Ange, I think, needs to learn, and people are going to hate me for say this, you look at someone like Pep and Klopp, who came into the league. Yeah, exactly. He's right. Came into the league, and they thought we can play this same intensity like every game. And I don't remember under Liverpool Klopp's first year or two. I remember his his first year. He realised these players were literally dead on their feet. I can't play this style constantly high press 90 minutes. And I don't know if you noticed, but Liverpool, he tweaked it, right? They play a more controlled style compared to before. It's more. They'll take breathers throughout the game, maybe 5-minute breather here, 10-minute breather here. I know they even changed the counter-attacking side in the end as well. But if you look at maybe something like City, he tweaked it a bit because they don't always play 100 miles per hour. With Ange, every game he's got them playing 100 miles per hour, especially with these young players as well. And it's just not sustainable.
Just to add on to what you're saying, Ange definitely needs to adapt. We're not going to sit here and say he definitely needs to adapt in it, because I believe
Marlon just based my point. Yeah, kept dying by the end of January. It's basically what happened to us. Yeah, sorry.
So
say your point.
For me, I agree. He definitely needs to adapt. But do you think the quality of players on the pitch can perform Ange's system? That's a big question as well.
Oh, as in the players we have now, in that 11 that we
currently have now.
Okay, so defense, I'd say yes, as long as it's Porro and Udogie. I think we'll talk about a bit later on. So I'm not going to say much on that. Midfield, I think we've got enough options there to kind of make it work. We might need to add one more person, but that's fine. Attack.
We don't. This is my point, and they're saying we're going to be buying a Werner. My point is, there's no ambition. For me personally, this is how I see it. If we're going to activate the fee to buy Werner, which is sideways and backwards.
The only way I'll be happy with that, TJ, is if we go out and buy a big striker or something, or a big player on the right.
No, it's not. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable.
The only way I can see it work. The only time I'm saying it is that, say, Werner, you can treat him as a cover for Son on that side for another year. Say with Son's going to probably stay another season. I think you're going to activate his extension or something, I heard. And then you've got to go fix that right-hand side. In my opinion, you've got to fix that right-hand side. And we can't, whether what Harry think of Richarlison, right? Because he's actually done well this season. He's not an elite striker, I'm sorry. And also, if we're going to yeah, he's good. He's going to play a lot of games. Even
That's the thing. That's the difference. He's a good squad option. So for me, this is where I draw the line. The report of Werner being whatever, the report of they might activate the clause. I think that's us going backwards.
Cheap.
I generally believe
can I ask you an honest question?
Go for it, bro.
And I'm going to park my thoughts aside because I like Timo Werner, right? And
I like him too, Harry. I actually like him.
Yeah, no,
I like him. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't like him. I don't mind him. Carry on.
I'm going to put a very reasonable question, I think, towards you, TJ. Would you take Werner, because obviously it's fairly cheap option, as someone who can come on and impact a game, obviously with the hope of Europe next season, right? Because you take Werner out it now, and it would be, for me, that there's not enough options to get from now to the end of the season, and you've got Europe should be ideally Champions League on top of next season. So would you, let's say, because Werner's 15 million euros, a player that can come in and impact the game, bit of pace, something different. I understand what you're saying in terms of starting every game. Like Richarlison, I love him, and me and Haz can probably agree on this, right?
Yeah.
Probably need someone else to support him. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care. For me, I'm not going to talk about how good they are. But we need someone else to support him. He's not going to play every single game. He's like a player for me. Like Brennan Johnson's the same. They drop in and out the team. So Werner, for 15 million euros, would you take to alternate, obviously very versatile on the bench?
Okay, cool. So from just judging Werner's performance so far, it's absolutely not. And now let's just say 100. The reason why I'm gonna lay down my argument. You already know my stance. I thought it was a good, no risk, low reward option stopgap. Until the end of the season. I already said it was good business. That was my stance on it. However, I want better. I want my squad to get better, and Werner is not better. The same way last week you said Richarlison, for example. If I want better than Richarlison.
So
I want my squad to be
I like
elite.
Richarlison a lot.
I want.
There is better
So
strikers.
I just want to explain.
Yeah.
I want
Not
to
in
just
January,
explain
though.
something.
Not in
We didn't say in
January.
Yeah,
January.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just going to add on to it, just so you know.
But look, for me, this is how I see it. We get Van der Ven. Yeah, this is how I see it, and maybe it's just this is just my opinion. You can say I'm wrong all you want, but we do some good business, amazing business in terms of Van der Ven, Madison, and all of these players, and then we go for whatever reason cheap and dusted or whatever. You get where I'm coming from, because we don't want to get the best of the best. We always do good, a bit of good and terrible.
The thing is, TJ, the reason I'm saying about Werner, yeah, like in some ways I do agree with Harry, is because as a squad option he's fine. Like it's a low risk thing.
But the thing is,
the problem with Spurs is, I agree with you, TJ. Is what we'll do, we'll sign Werner, we'll sign some other player like him, and then we'll go out and buy some cheap centre back in the summer because we've been hit with a centre back. We won't go saying do a Werner, TJ, and go and buy an Osherman as well, if that makes sense.
The thing is, Werner, for me personally, what is the reason we're spending 15 million on him? He hasn't actually performed in the terms of and it's maybe 6. I know it's hard. Look, I know it's hard. Wait. Before you carry on, wait. Let me land. Hold on, before I make this comment.
Be very careful.
Yeah, I know. I'm being careful. I'm trailing my words. Innit? Hold on. Let me land before you jump.
Go.
Okay, innit? I believe we need better in the wing. He's come in and he's got 2 goals.
Yeah,
he can't.
He hasn't scored, has he? He hasn't scored.
Oh, he hasn't even scored.
No,
listen,
he's got 2 assists and that's it.
2 assists. That's what I mean. Yeah, 2 assists.
More than that.
Yeah,
more than that.
And
check if you want.
For me personally, we have we look like we've brought the player that was at Chelsea. And believe me, when he was at Chelsea, I know myself was laughing at Chelsea.
2 assists in 4 games.
Harry, I know you for sure was laughing at Werner at Chelsea. I know you definitely was laughing at him. So now you can't sit and tell me that this is the player you want.
No, I want the Leipzig player from 3 years.
Can I be honest? Can I be honest? I
want Werner.
I want Werner as an option. I really do. I really do. I said it at Chelsea. When Chelsea got rid of him, I wanted him then. I really like him. Yes, his finishing isn't fantastic. He's got 2 assists and he's got 3 or 4 goal contributions. For me, against Brighton, he's one of the best players on the pitch. He's grew in confidence. City, really positive.
The only thing I said about Werner is that he said something like he's become the assister, right? So now he's playing on the left more, and I guess he's going to be the player who just crosses it in.
We can all agree that he's probably going to find himself on the bench.
His cross is not all that good as well. You know, I saw something. I saw something on Tottenham away. Still, big up to you, man. I wouldn't notice that until. Yeah, I wouldn't know this that until he said it from the horse's mouth. He said Werner, since he's come here, he's hit 1 in 8 or 9 crosses attempts. That's poor, bro. That is poor. Johnson, we complain about Johnson taking on his man.
No, hang on. Context is important. We don't cross the ball.
We do now because
Werner crosses the ball quite a lot.
If you look at our stats in terms of crossing, it'll be up there with the lowest in the league. I promise you.
No. But now, Harry, now with Richarlison, we do cross more.
I know we cross it a little bit more, but look at Brighton. The ball, they play similar way to us. The ball still came in the box more with them. We don't cross the ball. We look for the perfect move and we slow it down. I don't necessarily agree with it. That's the way we play. Why do you think Richarlison's now scoring with his feet and not his head?
I know, but TJ has a point because I sit, like I said, I sit west. Yeah,
you'd say that anyway. You say that anyway.
Can you let me finish? Sorry. And the first half, Werner couldn't find his man on any cross. I think it only took
he struggled.
There was one instance in the second half, I remember, when he did find someone, but I think it was Kulusevski, and he just checked back as normal. When he did that, the same sort of assist Son did for Johnson's goal, the same sort of ball. I remember, but that wasn't really good cross. That was more like a through ball, to be honest. I don't know, but his crossing wasn't very good, even though I was screaming at him to cross the ball.
And this is the thing as well. This is another thing. If we want to go through the best of the best, and look again, I'm not saying. Look, you lay down a good argument, Harry, where you said a squad option, but I want a better squad option. I think there's better out there, in my opinion. Younger. Think about it. This is not a young. This is not a young. He's not young learning his craft. This is a professional who's been doing it for 27 years. Think about it. Oh, not 27 years, but what you get my point, man. He's not. It's not like it's excusable for him not to cross the ball. Find his man. Johnson. The reason why I pulled up that stat, Johnson has more success rate than Werner.
Let me just Did anyone block that guy? What just happened?
What a cop? I don't know. But what I was trying to say,
Harry,
Johnson.
Can you block that person in the chat? Sorry. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about anyway. So.
Thoughts on.
It's fine.
Thoughts on having.
Don't read it out.
No.
Oh yeah. Sorry, man. I'm. You know me, man. I'm slow-minded, man. I read that shit in my mind and it comes out my mouth, innit? Yeah, cool. No, but what I was trying to say in it, yeah, like I just want better in my opinion, and I think we can get better. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's our future because he's clearly not. Hello, I'm in hospital. My daughter just had a minute. I'm sorry to hear that. How you been?
Yeah.
How you been? You been all right? I haven't. What is it called? Heard from you, Ellie, in a long while. If that's the Ellie that we know.
Yeah, it is Ellie. It is Ellie. I know it is Ellie.
Yeah. How you been? You've been all right? I haven't heard from you in a long while.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to hear about your daughter. Give her her.
Yeah.
Give her.
It gets well soon. Yeah.
Her kind wishes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we bring up an earlier comment from Ryan about Neto or Timo?
Neto?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Neto. Wait, all the time, yeah. Neto.
Oh, here we go.
Because, listen, I just want to say on that, right? I like Timo Werner, but for me, Pedro Neto is a different level. I don't see why we can go out there and sign both, because for me, I love Son. I think he's doing really well, but you've got to think long term. This is something the club that for me has done really well recently. So I think they look at it and go, Werner's not. I can say it now. Werner's not the long term answer. I just think for next season could be a good option off the bench with potentially playing in Europe. Neto, different level. I'd have him over Rafinha as well. I honestly would. I like Rafinha. I think he's always been a player that's slightly overrated.
I'm more leaning on the side of Rafinha personally. I think Rafinha.
Are you based on what?
You also have to think that neither of them have such great productivity. I think that's the problem with these options that I've listed here.
I think, being honest with you, I think Neto's one of the best players in the league already. I think he's already, when he's fully fit, I think he's capable of doing anything.
I think
and
with
he's
Rafinha, though,
young as well. He's 22. So you're looking at a young
with Rafinha and Richarlison. That's what I was thinking. But
for me, there's no one better out there than Neto, realistically.
Well, I haven't seen enough of him, but I guess I'll see tomorrow. But
you will see tomorrow. That's someone who's just come back from injury as well, but he'll be good.
What's our next topic?
De Jong.
Because we're trying to keep the show about an hour.
De Jong? What?
Yeah. You know De Jong at Barcelona?
Oh, come on.
No, we won't get him. It was a rumor, but that's like there's no bullets in the chamber. We won't ever get him. Come on. Because firstly, his wages are too high. I think his wages are like on 500k, man. And Levy don't pass that 200 mark. So let's be honest with you, it's too expensive.
I'm surprised.
Secondly,
I've heard nothing about De Jong. I'd be very surprised if I did.
From a Spanish source, it came out on Valentine's Day.
Oh my god, they must be stirring something. They're taking over. You're wrong.
It's all rumors, man.
Yeah.
And I don't think we don't even have the pool, because why would he come to someone like Tottenham.
You say that, but Barcelona,
He could easily slip
literally
into
all
Man
in the mud.
City. Yeah, no, but
That's
what I'm
actually why
trying
we
to
signed him.
say, a player like De Jong has a lot of options. He would have a lot of options across the whole of Europe. And look, Man City would love him. Even Arsenal would love him. Even Liverpool would love him. Then you're talking about PSG. You're talking about. I don't think they will sell to their rival, and they don't even need it. But like what I'm trying to say, there's so many better options than Tottenham. Why would he want to come to our club to fight for fourth position?
No. It's just a rumor. That's the only reason I brought it up.
It's a rumor that will never happen with our.
Be honest with you.
Let's be honest with you. No, go for it, bro. Go for it.
They do want to
No,
sell.
go for it.
They do want to sell.
No, I was gonna say. No, I was gonna say. It's a deal that will never happen with our ownership because we are not that ambitious. In this terms of, he's a world-class player, and we haven't gone for any world-class players.
And like bought them off a club, yeah, like properly bought them off a club.
Exactly, we've never done it. We've never gone for a world-class player. You can smirk all you want, but that's not our ambition.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into it. I find that bonkers.
Levy even said
but
he makes stars. He doesn't buy them. He even said it himself.
Exactly. We're not ambitious enough.
He literally said it himself. We don't make.
For me, I won't buy the talk about ambition when we go out there and build a new stadium. It's a game changer.
How's it a game changer? We're still doing the same financial policy we had before we had the stadium.
The last 3 windows have been very, very good, and we've brought in, for me, some top players. And for me, I won't have anything about ambition. We're not only thinking about now, but we're thinking for the future. In 5 years' time, I think we're going to spend some more. Look at January. January was a nothing window for any other club, but it was a good window for us. Because we played it right with FFP, and people go, bore off with your FFP, but it's so important because we all know that money wins you the league. City, Liverpool, Chelsea, it's all won then the league. Newcastle will be next, but if they could spend, if FFP wasn't an obstacle,
and that's why
we're ahead of all those teams. I'm absolutely delighted. I think we're in a very, very healthy position. We've got a very good youth academy at the moment. We're producing very, very good players, and we're attracting good players to the football club. And Dragisin chose us over Bayern Munich.
We were attracting good players, but not getting them.
Dragisin, top player, amazing experience.
How's he a top player? How you never seen him play?
Lucas Bergervold chose us over Barcelona. Already made his debut. Huh?
He's 17 years old.
Top player. That's a youngster.
But his potential. No. But his
potential doesn't mean they're top players, though, Harry. They might be a top player.
Let me just get this straight. You spend a lot of time about Son and talk about his age. You want us to go out here and sign
because Son is 32.
Yeah, okay, but a lot of players that are world class are at that age. You need to. But no. I want to get some really straight. No, because I think we have talent on our hands. We can't just. Why would you go out there and buy talent if you could get something cheaper, younger, and the next talent?
That's what we've been saying for 5 years.
We've been saying that same thing. What's happening now? Can I be honest with you? I think you two are guilty of this, and I think a lot of people are guilty of this. You let the pass affect now.
But you just tell me about younger players. This is what we used to do.
What is happening now?
We haven't won no trophies in the last 15 years, man. You have to.
Things start now for me under Ashmatic, who's the right appointment. We've put in right players. We've shifted the right players.
What did you say?
Youth academy, new stadium, FFP is a game changer. We are playing it right.
Harry, just repeat what you said about young players. We're buying young players. For what reason? What did you say? Just please say it again.
I honestly can't remember, but I think we're producing some really good young players. Look at Phillips, look at Dominic.
Harry, we've been doing this for 20 years.
Talk to one Plymouth fan, and they go, wow, Plymouth 18.
What's Plymouth got to do with anyone?
Yeah, but what's got to do with us winning trophies? You know what? Let me be honest with you. This is the biggest thing. We have to win trophies.
Oh my God.
This is different.
We have to win trophies. Ultimately,
it's different.
If we don't win trophies, no matter what we do, but it comes down to this: trophies is the standard, and if we don't win trophies, we are failing.
It don't work. Yeah.
But
we
you
are
can't
failing.
expect us to win a
And
trophy in a manager's
for the
first
past,
season. You just can't. It's just not
I
going to
haven't
happen.
said that, man. You're putting words into my mouth. I'm
What do you want
saying
us
we're
to do
doing the
then?
exact
What do you want us
same
to do with
thing.
trophies? The
No,
past is the past. What do you want?
No, we're saying you just told us we're
I'm
buying
saying
some
we're
young
doing.
players.
But it's
We're
like
buying
a
some young.
kid being bought an Easter egg for Easter, but they're crying because they want another one.
Oh my
I
god,
just don't
this
get
is not
it.
what we're saying. Harry, you said we buy young players. This is the method, right? Harry, we've been doing this for years. We always buy young players since back when Bale in 06. Bale was a young player.
What about Trippier?
And how did Bale
What about
turn
Kyle
out?
Walker? What
How,
about Danny
what-
Rose?
thank you.
We also
How
had
did Gareth
players
Bale
like
turn? No,
Davenport. We
you
had players
can't
like
get out of this.
Phil Ife. We had all these players that didn't do
I
anything.
don't
And you
care.
have
How
shit
did
players,
Gareth Bale
exactly.
turn out? How did Gareth Bale turn
That's
out?
one
Was he converted
occasion,
into
the
a left
same.
winger? How
But
did
that's
he turn
one.
out?
But wait.
How did he turn out?
That's one
Answer
isolated.
my
Wait,
question.
let me
How did he turn
land.
out?
Harry,
That's one
mention because it's the first one off
isolated
my head.
incident.
Harry
One
Kane, how did he
isolated
turn out?
incident.
Came from the youth
That's
system.
Yeah.
the youth system.
again,
It's an
that's
isolated
isolated.
incident. But the truth is, it comes down to 15 years without a trophy. And we've been doing that same thing that you've been saying for 15 years. And clearly it's not working. I don't care what type of talent comes out of Tottenham. Harry Kane,
What do you mean it's not
Gareth
working?
Bale, Lennon. I don't care. If we're producing the world-class stars, as you're saying, we should be able to win a
world-class,
trophy.
yeah.
But Harry, it's
Okay,
not
and
just
that's
that.
why I
You look
think
at
we
some-
will next season. I think we will
Harry,
win a trophy
like
next season.
Liverpool, and we spoke about this last week.
I think we've had the wrong managers without the help from the new stadium. I just think that right now we've got everything right.
But how come Jose
next
and
season?
Conte can win trophies at every other club apart from Tottenham?
But they're never going. They didn't fit the style at Spurs. The relationship
But
wasn't
it's
right.
Man,
no, but it's
And
two world-class managers.
There's so
we've
much
got two
excuses.
managers that, for me, are at the end of their career as well. And it
How?
just isn't
How
gonna-
was
it
Conte
doesn't-
in his career?
It
It
doesn't
comes
fit
down
Tottenham's
to the
playing.
biggest question.
Whereas, listen,
Is
the fan base is
you know
running
what? It
behind
comes.
Postecoglou, and we're all together, which we didn't see under Mourinho.
We're
and
not
Conte. It's
saying
all about
that.
that mentality,
but
that attitude, that style.
We're not saying that. We are
I'm gonna say
saying
that.
it comes down to this isolated issue. Levy is the problem.
He won't pay
No
off
matter
his
what
big
manager
players.
you have,
Yeah.
no matter what players you have,
I'm not
no
even going
matter-
to engage in that because I think he's done a fantastic job recently.
How?
I think
We
that's
won
what we're
a
doing
trophy
really
in 15 years.
Man,
I said recently. I'm not
In
talking about
15 years, we haven't won a trophy.
I'm not someone who lets the past daunt me. You're a sad individual if you're worried about the past. You can only change
the past
future.
is
You
okay.
are.
Wait.
You absolutely
Cool.
are.
Listen,
You can only
Harry,
change
I'm going
now.
to use this as an example. Wait, hold on. Let me use this as an
We
example.
discuss this every show. We're not
The
getting any
reason your
further.
past is so important. Wait, hold on. The reason your past is so important because your past is what brought you to this earth. Now, my point is this: if you didn't have a great granddad and a great granddad after that granddad and a great granddad after that granddad and a great great granddad after that granddad,
Right, spot on.
you
The
wouldn't
past
be
is
here, right?
irrelevant. Spot on.
The past is so important
This is the
because
Liverpool,
that shows your trajectory.
Wolves fan.
Your trajectory, put it like this, your trajectory is based on how good you've done in the last 5 to 10 years. Now, if you go into a company and you're running a company and for the last 5 years it's been bad, what does that say for the future? It's going to be bad.
You can
My
make
point
mistakes.
is this.
It is a human being is make
5
mistakes.
years,
They learn
10,
from it.
15
I think
years.
that's why we put
15 years mistakes.
a good manager
If you're not
as
learning from
Postecoglou.
if you're not learning from your mistakes, then you're just going to be going down this path. My point is this. It comes down to, I'm not saying, I'm making myself clear. I'm not saying Ange needs to win a trophy in his first season. My issue is we're doing this.
But why are we talking about
My
trophies,
issue
then?
is
Oh my god.
I don't get it. I'm not talking about the past. I'm really not interested.
No, because
Next
you
season, I
said
think we win a
we're
trophy.
trying. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not like
tell
you two. I will put my neck on the line, and I think we win a trophy next season.
I'm trying to
I'm
tell
gonna
you,
say-
Harry. We're using the same method we used for the past 15 years. No
yeah,
result.
You're the one who sat on this show and said we've changed our methods recently. We've adopted the Brentford
No,
and Brighton
no,
model.
we
Yeah, you're
changed
sitting
our
here
methods.
going,
No, oh my God.
actually, we're using the same methods. You can't
No,
have
I
it.
asked
Look,
you
look
guys,
at this, look at this. Simply Ace, put it
You put
simply
forward your
Ace, put
opinion
it correct.
and
Look at
changed
that.
it into a question.
Third,
I'm not silly.
second, third, fourth, sixth, seventh, fourth, and eighth trend. Now we haven't won no trophies
Some
in any
amazing
of them.
finishes in there. Some amazing finishes in there.
How many trophies?
What is a finish?
Oh, interesting.
Wait, hold on. Let me be honest with you. What is a
Do you know
finish?
what? Can we come back to your question in 2030 when I think we won 4 or 5 trophies?
That's in like 6 years though.
We can come back when we win, when I win trophies. By that time, I'm gonna have 5 kids. I'm gonna be dead,
You're not.
and I'm gonna be watching you from heaven. You're gonna have kids,
TJ,
and then you're gonna be
TJ.
saying, "We've got trophies."
TJ,
Trust
you're living
me.
in the past. You're living in the past. I don't think you
Bro,
are.
listen,
It's
you can
haunting
only
you.
live in the past because your past is so important. The past, the reason why you're on this earth is because of the past. Now you can't tell me the past is not important for the Tottenham. I'll put it straight. That's how I'm
I
gonna.
don't think so.
That's how I'm gonna respond to you about that passing. The past is so important. Without your great granddad, you wouldn't be here. That's my point. My point is this: your past is what shows you your trajectory, and if your trajectory is terrible from the past, you're going to be terrible for the future.
People have the same
The
pattern.
isolated
I
issue
agree,
is
but there's got to
leaving.
be a point when you go, okay, let's start again. Let's start a new chapter. Okay,
Because
make mistakes.
Harry, we
point
started
the right
again
How many
future.
chapters are we going to start?
I don't get it.
This is the
I
longest
think
book
you're
ever.
overreacting. I think
Listen,
you're
how
overreacting
many-
massively.
How many chapters are we going to start? This is the longest book ever. That chapter, the same way you're saying, okay, maybe next year, maybe next year, maybe
It's not
next year.
fair for me to comment on the past when I didn't watch Daniel Levy's Tottenham. It's not fair for me to comment. I'm commenting on
Then
what
you
I've
have to
seen.
take.
I've been happy with
it.
what I've seen, and I've seen real progress in the last few windows.
Have you
And
though? Have you really though?
Paratici, I have, and I'm not even going to question it because I think Paratici was a very
Harry,
much
I'll tell you from now.
in the
If
support of
it's
Daniel Levy.
how many years have we
Look at Kulusevski
From
and Bentancur.
Poch-
Two
Okay,
excellent
wait,
pieces
hold
of
on 1
recruitment.
minute.
Pedro Porro, Levy came in, got him over the line. And we
Oh,
spent
don't
the money.
believe that jargon online.
I
man.
do
He
believe
did
that
the last thing.
Yeah, you're the first one to believe an article
You know what?
about
Look, I'm
Frankie
gonna
De
crack
Jong
this
and other
down.
players. You're the
I'm
first
gonna
one to
break this
believe an
down.
article.
I'm gonna break
And
this
I
down.
always warn you not to
You-
believe
Harry,
it.
we signed one deadline day.
Stop
But
twisting
Harry,
it.
look,
So how is it
Stop
forget that?
twisting
You said,
it. Because
you said, your words were, Harry, hold on.
We signed one
words were,
deadline day. On deadline day. On deadline day. And the last
wait, guys, hold on 1 minute. Hold on.
What?
I've got to come back, innit? I've got to come back.
We got the players.
Your words were.
I generally believe you just cannot please some people.
Wait,
Hold on 1 minute.
Your words were, you've seen genuine progress. Genuine progress.
Genuine progress.
With your own eyes.
Even in the last 6-7 months.
Last 6-7 whatever. Okay, from the time you've been watching Tottenham, you started watching that watch. Yeah, we were in a Champions League final. We've gone out of a Champions League final.
We're not in the Champions League this year.
Now finishing top 4.
We will be next year.
Anymore, right? We tried for an FA Cup or a trophy. We lost the final because Levy sacked the manager. What trajectory are you on? You are on a downward spiral. There's no because
you got to a League Cup final. It's a spiral going down because you got to a League Cup final.
We sacked the manager 5 days before final.
You just said you've seen genuinely a good progress, and I've just listed from your eyes. You've been watching Tottenham from 2015 or whatever, and you've just said to me that. It's been all roses and daisies. We've been dumped out of Champions League. We could have won the Champions League and we didn't win it. Now you're telling me that it's been man. Honestly, you stress me out, man. My blood's
I'm not going to say anything because I feel like I'm talking to a wall and I feel like I'm.
Harry, what I'm trying to tell you is these methods. The reason I asked that last stream was whether TJ believed these methods were anything different from before. Right? He said no, from what I gathered. You said, because obviously you've been obviously younger, you said you thought it was different, because you compared to Conte Mourinho. But what I'm trying to argue now is we're doing the same methods as we did before. I'm not expecting different results. We still bought young players. Bale was an example of someone who succeeded, which is why I thought of him. And I know you said, oh, he's world-class, whatever. But even with Bale in our team, we still didn't win anything.
Bale is world-class. You can't question that.
Yeah, but even with Bale in our team, Harry, we still didn't win anything. So whose fault's that? You can't blame Bale. You just say he's world-class. So it must be the players
the last part of it is the teams also
around
in the
him during this
This year's a very high standard compared to most years. This is a very high standard. It's very open at the top. Very, very open. There's
Harry, we were in a title race in 2012, arguably. People were saying that, at least the media were saying that.
We were in a title race with both Leicester and Chelsea under Poch, and we've done incredible to be there.
We finished second.
That was a great season.
Cool.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is,
let's go to the next topic, innit? Because
I'm
I'm
going to throw my
we're
toys
gonna,
out the pram because we didn't win the league and I'm so spoiled.
Wait,
We
wait,
can't do that. You've got to
let's
look
go,
at the
let's
bigger
go to
picture.
the next topic.
No, I'm going to use Arsenal as an example. Last season, we can all laugh at them for falling apart, but overall, that's a really, really successful season.
Man, you don't want me
They've
to
gone and
dissect
improved
this.
on
they
top.
want Arteta out, man. They want Arteta gone.
They're thick.
They're not thick.
know that.
They're
You're
not.
not
He was
thick,
there.
man.
Oh,
If you're
yes.
finishing it, hey, you're not thick, man. No, man. Let's change the topic, innit? Because we need to keep this thing an hour. And
Sure,
if I
yeah.
dissect that, trust me, we're not going to keep it an hour. Cool. Pedro Porro and Adoji injured. Because,
Yeah, who are you playing?
I-
Who are you playing?
you know what?
Emerson?
I don't. No. I don't want to. Who am I playing? I want to get to my lineup.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
we do our lineup
that.
here?
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
Cool. Listen. Okay, my lineup is a bit different. I believe. I want Ange to do this. I don't think he will do it. I think we're gonna go 3 at the back. We're gonna play obviously Dragusin, Van der Ven, Romero, and we're not gonna play with any wing backs. We're gonna play like 2 midfielders, and then obviously the attacking midfielder, and then generally the same. You know what I'm trying to say? It's a 3 at the back without wing backs, but the midfield are like the access point basically.
Yeah.
I don't know what the formation is, but 3 at the back, and then obviously midfield. I actually want to see Maddison, Papa Sarr, and Basuma play.
I think he'll go back to that 3-2 as well, because it's the most successful 3 we've had this season. So yeah.
And then for me, I'm actually gonna start Brennan Johnson, because the reason being, this is just because of my formation. You need pace. You need pace if you're not gonna play with wing backs, innit? You know, so I need to start Brennan Johnson, and I'm playing Richarlison and what do you call it, Son.
Wait, are you missing a player? Because you have 3 at the back. So 3 at the back, 3 midfield, and 3 up front. What did you miss?
And then Vicari.
Oh, that's 10 players though.
I mentioned Maddison.
You said Maddison, Basuma, Sarr, and then the back 3, and then attacking 3. So that's 9 players.
5. Yeah. Oh, I'm missing Kulusevski.
I'm
missing Kulusevski. Yeah. I'm missing Kulusevski. Yeah. Sorry. I'm missing Kulusevski. But yeah, that's basically my plan.
Who's going to protect the back 3?
No, so
you can see 10 goals.
The Basuma. No. It's not the typical formation that we're playing. We're playing a 2-man midfield, and the midfield, the holding players are basically
they're not the wing back.
The cover up. They play like wing backs. So we're playing like 2 DMs. This is just my formation. Again, he might not do it, but this is just my formation.
Wow.
We haven't seen it.
Wow.
It's reasonable, bro. What are you talking about?
I thought you played football. It's not reasonable, because when you play with
How
someone
is it
like
not
Pedro
reasonable?
Neto, there's so much space down the flanks.
What?
You play with a
How
back
is it not
3,
reasonable? It's more
you've got no
defensive.
fullback. I don't think it's reasonable.
It's more
I think
defensive.
we can see 4 or 5 goals.
It's more defensive. How are you saying it's not reasonable?
I really don't think it is.
Wait,
I'm not agreeing with
what do you think?
I'm not agreeing. I don't agree, because I saw Still do something similar on Tottenham away. But I don't agree with the idea. I'd rather play the 4-3-3 and just shift Son to the right. That's what
It's more defensive. No, but it's more defensive if you actually study.
My back 4 is different to yours. My back 4 is different to yours. I'm using Football Manager as my coaching badges, but if you've actually played Football Manager or coaching, that's more defensive. That's more defensive than playing a 5-back. Why? Because the 2 holding midfielders circulate, and you just allow the attackers to attack. It's more of a the only thing I can see that I don't like about it is it's a very narrow formation.
It is a very narrow formation. That's one thing
I don't like about it. It's just,
you're playing against a really wide team. They stretch the flanks with Sarabia and Neto.
Yeah, no, but the difference is you can allow them to have the wide areas, because now you have 3 man in the middle.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
I get where you're coming from.
But I wouldn't do it personally. But I see my team.
I know this is that's extreme. This is just what I because I don't want to see Emerson Royale, to be honest with you, because I feel against these wingers, and then Ben Davis against these wingers, they're going to get cooked. So I would rather just do that. But that's just me. Again, he probably won't do it. But it's a good option. We got Dragusin. We might as well use him.
See, I would play. My team is, and I'll let Harry go after this. Vicario, Dragusin right back, Van der Ven left back, Romero and Davies in the middle, and my midfield three is the same as yours: Bassoon, Massar, and Maddison. And I'm playing Son on the right, Van on the left, and Richarlison up front. That's what I would do.
Interesting.
Kind of what I said.
Interesting. Harry, what about you?
Play Vicario in goal. For me, I'd stop the inverting fullbacks for this game just because of the lack of availability, and I would look for that midfield for the creativity. You look at most teams in and around us in the Premier League, especially above us, they don't necessarily play with inverted fullbacks. I think it's quite unique that we do. In a game like this, when you haven't got either of your fullbacks available, you just got to be realistic, and that's where Ange for me has got to be adaptable. Vicario in goal, Emerson Royale right back, Ben Davies left back, Van der Ven and Romero as centre backs. Midfield, Maddison and Sarr get in there, and for me, Bentacle just about keeps his place over Basuma. I think he's more creative, and we need to unlock that Wolves defence. But it wouldn't surprise me if I saw Basuma either. Some will be on the left, Richarlison will be down the middle, and Brennan Johnson will be on the right. TJ, one thing I do agree with that you said is that we need pace to unlock this Wolves defence, and Brennan Johnson has that compared to Kulusevski.
Makes sense. Now, Haz, what's our next topic? Or you're going to talk about score predictions, right?
By the way, Marlon said if we want to carry this on longer, we can go to Harry's, but it's down to Harry because he can send everyone over. He said,
"I'm more than fine with me." I don't know how you do it, but
I don't know how he
knows what he's doing.
it.
He knows what he's doing. I've got a clue. I'd screw the whole thing up and end the stream if I tried to do it. So as long as you're doing it, Marlon.
Yeah. Quick question now. Score prediction, and what do you think about? Because I already said my score prediction offline. Not offline, but I already predicted the game. We will lose. That's my verdict. I don't think we are. If we go the same old way, and when I say the same old way, I mean we play this attacking style with Ben Davies and Emerson Royale.
As a wing back,
we're going to be in trouble. We're going to be in trouble
if they play.
We're going to be in trouble, and the problem is, I don't think. Again, this is not me judging Ange. I'm just using it as a statement. So don't take all my words as literal. I don't think Ange has the capability of changing it. I think he only knows his one way and his only way.
He's stubborn.
For me personally, he's very stubborn, and it's a bit naive, to be honest with you, because you need to be able to adapt. Again, I'm not saying I know more than Anne. And if we can't look, we're not going to have two of our best players in Horo and Adogi, and this is why we need reinforcements. They can't play every single game, especially if we do enter Champions League and whatever. And it's like you're still playing with the same setup over and over again. This is why we need to build a good squad and a better squad. But I just feel like we will struggle, especially Wolves have been slapping up teams on the side, man. What about you guys? What do you think? Do you think we're going to win?
My prediction this morning,
this
afternoon, was 4-2. I think we're going to win 4-2.
4-2. Why do you think 4-2?
Because we're definitely going to concede at least one goal, but I think we'll win just out of just the fact.
But where's the 4 coming in?
I think
the fact that we're in.
I think Son will score. Richarlison will score.
When I say why do you think? Why do you think? I mean tactical and analysis.
Oh, all right. I thought you meant yeah.
Like how I just labelled why I believe we're going to lose, because I generally believe that our tactics will be the downfall of us. The same way I predicted at Chelsea, our tactics will be the downfall of us, and I didn't expect him to do the same thing with 9 men or 10 men.
I
Do
didn't
you see
even.
my
I was
point?
like, mad.
So,
Anyway.
so when you look at it from that perspective, this is why I've come to the conclusion we will lose. I believe that's true. 3-1. That's my score line as well. And
and if TJ, if we played Davies and Emerson at fullback, I agree with you. I think we're probably going to lose. But if he does something different,
then if we do the 3 at the back, I think we can get a cheeky 2-0 or something. Because that's more defensive. Them 3 guys should be rocks.
I get where you're coming from, but I just look at Goodison Park when Jurgensen came on and where we conceded the goal. Nothing to do with him, I don't think, but I think we're better keeping with the formation. So you could argue that Ange was flexible against Everton. It didn't work, but for me, we needed to push on and get that goal. You don't sit back again. You can sit back against some teams, but Everton has, I hope you can relate with, obviously, someone who follows Dyche fairly closely, kind of admires him. You don't sit back against an Everton team because they will load the pressure and they put the ball in the box. What aren't we good at? And what haven't we been good at for a long while? Set pieces and balls in the air. And, that's how they get back into the game. Kulusevski spends too long daydreaming with the ball. And loses it, gives away a free kick.
Problem is, Harry, is we're not controlling games with this style.
No, I agree. But for me, when you can't find the killer, we've got to see out a game. And when we even try to see out a game, we can't do it. We can't even mark Everton players in the box. That is so worrying.
Because if you look at, when we lost the way to, who was it? Who did we lose in the last 5 minutes to? Was it Wolves, actually? I'm thinking of Wolves, yeah. In that game.
You've been losing to a lot of people on the last 5 minutes.
Dribbling up Højbjerg.
That's why we're not title contenders, because if we were, we'd see out games like that and win 1-0.
Højbjerg tried to take that quick, was it free kick or something? And if you were a team that was clever, you would have.
We're too nice. We're too nice, I think. We followed the rules.
Look, I don't blame. Let me be honest with you. Let me just defend you something. I blame Ange for it. Do you know the reason why I blame Ange? Hold on, you're gonna think.
I agree. I agree.
Because he has instructed these players to take extreme risks. We see it with Basuma. Yeah. We see it with, even I've seen Maddison in tight corners when you could just blast the ball away. Do try build it up. He, for example, look at this good primary example. Udogie the other day, not last game. The game before that, where he scored he passed to Ivan Toney. Yeah. For me, we create too risks, and it's a balance. It's either risk over reward, and this mindset for neutral fans, it's like, wow, how can you be playing like this? But for fans that analyze Tottenham and actually watch Tottenham, watch their goods and their bad performances, really and truly, we're not any better. Let's be honest with you. I think this tactic is flawed, very flawed. Very flawed.
It's been like an organization in the defenses. To me,
it's just very flawed, and I don't want to think I have some agenda against Ange, but for someone that said it's attack, we're doing a lot of defending. We're not controlling. We're not actually doing the things that we're seeing the start of this season. And then again, you're going to use the excuse of these players have just come back. We need to wait and see. But I believe it's generally what he's telling these guys to do, because he hasn't adapted to the Premier League, and no team takes that many risks.
But at the same time, mate, I think this is Carl. I see what you're saying, but at the same time, he tells them to play out the back, etc., and stuff like that. So it is on him, because so many instances when even you mentioned Maddison having the ball in that little pocket near the goalkeeper, doing turns in that, and I'm like, what are you doing, mate? Just it's like the worst place to try these passes, and it's just Honestly, I don't like the playing out the back. It still pisses me off.
I don't. You know what? I'm even gonna say this as well. It was flattering. Look, and it might sound crazy, and please don't think I'm against this tactic. It was flattering the first half of the season. However, I've come to the conclusion I don't like how we play.
It's like kamikaze football. That's literally what it is.
I don't like how we play.
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying this, and now I'm gonna eat my words in it because I didn't like how Conte played.
Yeah.
But at least I knew this one thing only, which it might sound crazy. I'm comparing and contrasting, but at least I could say we might not concede because it was defensive, or we have some defensive structure. Because if you actually look at our defensive record, we don't keep clean sheets. When was the last time you kept a clean sheet? Now, when you're analysing football the way I'm analysing it, are we any better?
Probably more fun to watch. That's about it, really.
Yeah, maybe. What about you, Harry?
Not fun for the neutrals, not fun for me. But anyway,
is this a serious question?
No, generally, I'm being honest. I want to put that question up.
Who's your doctor? Who's your doctor?
Huh?
Man,
I need to have a word with them. I need to have a word with them.
We are football fans, but we have to. No, but we are football fans, and we have to talk about these things because no other person is going to talk about it. And the reason why I'm mentioning it is because that's how I feel. I feel sometimes we're not stable. We haven't kept a clean sheet. At least with Conte's football, we did keep clean sheets. Again, it's nice to watch good flowing football, but when you're not scoring the goals and you're not performing on that end of the pitch, what's happening?
I don't think we're going to win titles playing this way. Personally, I know it's harsh, but
we won't win titles if we're not flexible in terms of. For me, I look at that Chelsea game with the high line and go, you don't do it that a centre back on the pitch and win 9 men. I like the kind of like resilience kind of aspect of it. For me, a little bit of common sense, right? I think we can all sit here and go.
Even Klopp and Liverpool, I know they beat us in the end too.
But they sat back and defended, didn't they? And they were unlucky not to get the point, in my opinion. They worked really hard for it. So yeah, if I'm answering the question honestly, I think that if we aren't flexible, then it is a problem. But generally, I think that game, what was it, 10, 12 games unbeaten at the start of the season with a fully fit squad, for me, just showed that we are in a better place. But the reason it doesn't look very good in terms of games that we've lost and clean sheets, etc. I do think it's because of players that are out. I think that we've been unlucky with the injury front, along with a lot of other teams, and that is why we've seen teams underperform. Man United, a prime example, now look a lot better. So I think that hopefully in 3 or 4 weeks' time, when we beat in both Wolves and Palace, Luton, and we get a point, etc. at Villa Park, we'll be going, do you know what, with a fully fit team, this team can go far. And I think we will say that, but Ange needs to be flexible. There's no hiding about that. But
have you seen our fixtures from 2nd of April to 4th of May, by the way? Has anyone seen
that? I think we've got a really nice run of fixtures at the moment, and that's why, for me, our next 2 games are crucial, and that's why I wrote an article on it. We have to beat Wolves, we have to beat Crystal Palace, we have to beat Luton, we have to not go to Villa Park and not lose. Because you want to be able to get to, when we go to Anfield, to James's Park, and go, we've got a lead over Aston Villa. We can't go into those games behind Aston Villa.
But United
they've got the easy fixtures
as well,
I think, as I said to you a couple of weeks ago on this show, maybe might have been just 7 days ago, I said that at the end of the season, I think Man United will really be close. I think they're finishing above Chelsea comfortably. I think they're finished above West Ham. I think Man United, for me, definitely getting top 6, and I can see them being 4th or 5th. I generally think they're split us and Aston Villa. I think they're better than. I think they'll catch Villa and overtake them at this moment in time.
Harry, not Harry, Has. I want to ask you one question as well. I've listed all these questions. I've had so much time to listen and sit down in it. Last week I done a lot of listening, but this week I'm asking questions in it. Now, if what you said, this is not going to win titles. This tactic is not going to win titles. Where can we go to take us to the next level?
Can I just be very clear here? I think we have the right managers and the right players and the right kind of infrastructure to win titles. But I think if Ange isn't flexible, then that will cost us. But I think generally the way we are kind of going in terms of, well, hopefully when players are back, producing good performances, scoring goals, and ultimately keeping players fit, if we can do that, then I think that we can do well. But what worries me is we're struggling for injuries and players, and I think fans are overreacting tonight about players who are unavailable, etc. We've got 3 players out.
We don't have any good fullback cover. That's
two
why.
very important. Nobody has a good pair of backup fullbacks, really. Bradley, Liverpool struck gold with Bradley.
We also had Chimikas on the left.
Ange's been here for. He's not great. Ange's been here for 2 windows. You can't improve that 11 for me and provide options as backups. That for me is a look at Pep Guardiola, look at Jurgen Klopp. It's a 4 or 5 window process, and anyone with common sense will tell you that. But I think we're on the right path, and Ange has to be flexible. He will know that. But again, he will argue he was against Everton. It didn't work. So it's got to be done appropriately, sensibly, and in the right time.
Can I don't want to get into an argument back and forth, but I can equally argue that he sent Ashley Phillips on loan when he could even play first.
Which is the right move. Which is the right move for his career to get first team football and gain experience and come back to the Premier League stronger along with Alfie Devine. So I support both. I can say he hasn't used Dragusin yet. No, you don't need to.
Could have.
Rara Van der Ven, a very solid partnership. I know what you mean, and you could put these questions for anything, but I generally think that every decision he's made has been within kind of reason.
So Harry, how many windows are you going to sit here and finally judging then?
Who am I judging?
Ange.
Levy. No, man.
Levy as well, yeah. How many windows are you going to give it?
For me, in 2 windows, we've probably done. I honestly think we've done something that no other club would really do, and gone out there and can I just explain? I'm not saying go out there and supply players for the manager, although I do think that's true. It's about finding players that none of us really knew that really suit the system, and we've gone out there with the Vicaros and Van der Vens, and that for me is top windows. So I think for me, I always look at it and go 2 windows to. Well, we've done it in 1, so that's why I'm actually blown away that we've done it. But ideally, you look at it and go. 2 windows usually a manager needs to get the starting 11 that he ideally near about wants. We've done that in 1, and then you go 2, 3, and 4 are to, especially 2 and 3, to offer depth.
Exactly.
So I think we've had 2 9 out of 10 windows.
I agree.
Ryan's a Wolves fan, right? And all due respect, Wolves.
No, but I agree. I can never agree. And
someone said it earlier. Wolves were a small team. I'm going to take it out on Ryan because some of these comments are quite ridiculous. You're not a Spurs fan.
No. The statement he made, I can never agree. No. But he's making a statement. I can never agree with the statement.
I don't agree.
It's a top window because there's never a top window.
Why? That's your mentality. I don't like Daniel Levy. We could always do better because I'm not happy, but we'll be happy. Come on.
Harry, it's not a mentality. We don't live like a big
every single player we bought in or out of the club. Here we go. That's been correct.
Johnson's been so bad. This is the best one.
Look, I'm going to put it like this in basic terms. If it was a good window,
that's very reasonable.
If it was a good hold on. If it was a good window, you wouldn't have said that top 4 wasn't our target.
No, because you have players out. You can't. I'd never say that we should win the league or can win the league in Ange Postecoglou's first season. You wouldn't say that for Jurgen Klopp in his first season.
I didn't say nothing about the league. I didn't say nothing about the league. You said the league.
Yeah, you did.
I'm saying if it was a good window, you would say top 4 is done and deal.
I'm going to say it already. No, I wouldn't. I think it is. Okay, I think we've got it. I think we're going to do it.
Okay. Marlon's just something. We can take this argument to Harry's channel if you want.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
I thought you said we're going to move it over.
Yeah, we are moving on over now. Yeah. Apparently, I have to click on this link. Talk CO Streamlabs.
Before we go, hold on 1 minute.
Yeah.
Guys, that was on Spursy Talk. Not Spurs. What the hell Spursy Talk? I forgot the name of the channel. What's this channel I'm on? Southview, not Southview.
Spurs Kings TV.
Spurs Kings. Spurs Kings TV. Sorry about that.
Don't
Guys
worry,
are
don't
on
worry. You're
Spurs
getting used to the new
Kings
name,
TV.
it's fine.
TJ,
Stay there,
sorry
we're
to ruin
gonna
the
be
fun,
on.
but it says next to your head in the top right hand corner, Spurs Kings TV.
And I wasn't looking there, innit? I wasn't looking there. But guys, stay in the comments and you've been taken to Harry's channel, man. Harry Scarf. And yeah, man. Look, let me be honest with you, innit? Like and subscribe as well. And we'll see you back next week. Okay, you can click the channel now. That's all I wanted to.
Okay, so
I wanted to end the video.
I end the stream, and then we click on this new link and go to Harry's. I think that's how it works. Hopefully, I'm not wrong, right? Okay. So, Harry, is your set up?
I don't know. It's Marlon. I don't know how to do it.
So I have no idea.
I haven't got a clue.
End the stream first. Okay. So let's end the stream. Okay, guys.
All right, cool. Wait. Yeah, no, wait. Before we end the stream, like and subscribe. Come on, like the button, man. Yeah, man. And thank you for watching us. We'll see you. We'll see you next. We'll see you on his channel. Yeah.
Okay, hopefully this works.